Hello everybody, this is TroyBoyo17 coming at you live, and today I'm going to be watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Oh, right off the bat, oh my god, look at this style. Look at that. This right off the bat, you're introduced to this art style and this aesthetic of the graffiti comic book. It's gorgeous, and like, yeah, that's the people who did the Emoji Movie. And then that, I love the Comics Code Authority. That's genius. That's so funny, and that's so cool. Just these Raimi references are so good, but it's so clearly not the Raimi-verse because it's, and that was a Homecoming reference too. Yeah, baby!
I mean, I've looked worse.
I fucking hate those popsicles though. They're just, the gumball eyes on anything, like, they're so gross.
Who wouldn't?
Does anybody like those? Comment below if you like those. This is easily the best Miles. Like, I think most people will agree. But Miles before this movie was just, I don't want to say a carbon copy of Peter because there was some interesting stuff and some unique stuff to him. Granted, a lot of the stuff was taken by the MCU Spider-Man and put into Homecoming. For the most part, Miles was very similar to Peter in the comics. So, like, giving him, like, the art, you know, because he wanted to be a scientist. He was, you know, all this stuff that was just, it was very similar to Peter. And they give him all this unique stuff now. And he's such a unique character in this movie, and I haven't been reading the current run of him, of his stories. Hopefully that they're taking inspiration from this movie and from his character, because he's just so good, and it's so good. I love this fucking movie. I love this movie, guys. I like how he speaks Spanish. That's crazy. That's something I don't really, I mean, he might do that in other Spider-Man media, but they tend to overlook that if he does. Like, he sure as fuck doesn't in the PS4 game. Because yeah, before this movie, the PS4 version of Miles was the best Miles. And then this movie came along and fucking blew him out of the water. Ugh, God, I love the animation of this movie. I love, this movie is so fucking gorgeous, holy shit. This is a really interesting way to incorporate Spider-Man into the universe, too. I wish that Venom kind of did something like that. Like, obviously he shows up later and stuff, but like, I wish that Venom had him on newspapers and had him in the, you know, stuff like that. Just to establish that, you know, you live in a world with Spider-Man. I cannot get over the art style. Oh my god, I love it. And people, I remember when the trailer first came out, people were like, oh, the frame rate's too low, so it looks bad. It looks fucking fantastic, and anybody who says it looks bad because the frame rate's they don't know about animation.
Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. We wore the same jacket?
That was a funny joke. That's bullshit. I would have laughed at that if I were there. Like, so many movies fail to blend, you know, hip-hop or pop or real music, not real music, sorry. You know, other, I don't know, what's the term? I can't fucking think of the term. You know, like sound, like this type of music, they struggle so much to blend it in naturally. And so to see it done so well in this movie, it's just like, this is the peak. There's a term for it, and I can't remember. I hate that fucking kid. There's a kid in the front, he's smiling, he looks at the camera. Every single shot he's in, he's looking directly at the camera. I fucking hate him. That guy right in front of Gwen, I fucking hate him. He's such a fucking, he looks like fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks. Fucking asshole. Ah, God, I hate him. Okay, though, if I were one of Aaron's neighbors, I'd be fucking pissed. Those are some big fucking loud speakers, and those would be so fucking annoying. I'd be trying to record this commentary, and you just hear the bass coming through the wall. I'd hate that shit. That works, though. That totally works. When the quarantine's over, be sure to, if there's a girl you like, just go up to her and grab her and just say some cryptic hey shit in a creepy voice. They'll love that. I know for a fact. Girls love that. Making him an artist is so smart. It's so, I talked with my friend about like how to make Miles more unique compared to Peter. You know, don't make him a scientist. We were like, oh, we should make him like a musician. But like, this is so smart. You know, give him kind of like a Kyle Rayner aspect versus a Hal Jordan. Fucking, where is he? There he is, that fucking chipmunk guy on the right. I fucking hate him. There he is again. I hate him so much. Okay, I have a story. So when this movie came out on Blu-ray, I really wanted the steelbook because I'm a big steelbook guy, especially for like my favorite movies. I need the steelbooks. And so the steelbook sold out from Best Buy, and I really, really wanted it, and it wasn't going to go back in stock ever. So I scoured eBay, I scoured Amazon, and I found someone was selling the Spanish version of it in a steelbook. And the case itself was still in English, so like that was no different than the English one. And so I was like, oh, okay, that'll be fine, because I can just play it in English, right? But these little text boxes that would pop up, they ended up being in Spanish. Every single one of them, every single like bit of text was in Spanish. And I don't speak Spanish, nothing against the Spanish language, but I don't speak, and I was like, fuck, I kind of want the English one. And so then I had to buy it again. So I bought the Blu-ray twice. There's a surprising amount of not differences, but like funny changes. But Scorpion, who speaks Spanish, and he has like his little speech bubble that like translates it. In the Spanish version, they don't have that, so I don't know what he's saying in the Spanish one. This is so cool though. Just the way they do spider sense in this movie. Like everything else is so stylized, you have to up the style for spider sense. And you can only do it in animation. This movie couldn't be live action. Like if they tried to do a live action Spider-Verse, it'd be cool. I just don't think it would work as well. This version of Green Goblin is interesting. It's clearly supposed to be based on Ultimate, which I don't really like Ultimate Green Goblin. I just don't really like the hulking, big throwing fireballs, you know, it's not my, I don't really like it. I prefer, you know, glider, goblin, pumpkin bombs, classic. But this is an interesting blend of it, giving him the wings, making him huge. It's cool, and he has pumpkin bombs, that's cool too. And I like that it's Norman Osborn, that's cool. Because Norman Osborn hasn't been in a movie in so long. What would be really interesting is if, you know, jamming Spider-Man into this also brought in a bunch of Norman Osborns, like in a sequel deal with something like that, you know, and maybe they figured out how to fix the thing in a different way. Because, I mean, he was inside of the portal, too. It was nice to see blonde Spider-Man, because I have blonde hair, and I can't really cosplay as a lot of things without getting a wig or dying, so it's nice to see blonde Spider-Man so I could be blonde Spider-Man if I ever want to. I appreciate that. Oh, God, that's so scary. Imagine being a kid and seeing Spider-Man die. I bet you a bunch of parents walked out of the movie at this point.
That's why he's tough.
I like how they didn't subtitle that. I was just talking about how I didn't understand the Spanish in the Spanish version. But I liked how they didn't subtitle that. It's like, you don't need to know certain things. But I do. I need to know something. And when Scorpion's talking and it's his only line, I need to know what he's saying. Ah. 2018, baby. I wish we could go back. 2018 was the best year for Spider-Man. That was Infinity War, which was the best he's ever been in the MCU. I mean, you could argue that or Civil War. They're pretty on par in my opinion. And then you had the game, and then you had this, and then the comics. I think that's when Nick Spencer started again. That was just the best year to be a Spider-Man fan. A local hero, Spider-Man, beats up an 8th grader. More than 11. One thing I really like about this movie, like Miles specifically, is he's not some big Spider-Man fanboy. He's not like, oh, I look up to you, Peter. He's just a regular kid. And I think that's really, really interesting. The comedy in this movie is so good. Holy shit. Without, like, ruining the emotions of it. Like, so many movies struggle to balance that tone of humor and drama. And this movie does a really good job. Because that's important to Spider-Man. Balancing that tone, super important. Because you can go one way and go super, super, super funny, super comedy. But then, you know, you lose a lot of that weight in that drama. Or you go way too hard with the drama. You know, and this, it's a difficult balance to make. But I think this movie for sure does it. Licensed music. That's the word I was looking for from like an hour ago. I got it though. This movie does licensed music really well. I can't do these alone anymore. I'm gonna go crazy.
Do you know how painful that would be, Peter Parker?
I don't know.
You can't imagine. And I, for one, can't wait to watch.
What did you say your name was?
Dr. Olivia Octavius.
Oh, when this happened in the theater, I shat my pants. The rest of the theater was so mad. Oh my god, she's so good. She's fucking fantastic. She's so threatening and like, oh my god, I love it. So scary. She's so scary. Okay, why does he look like the 40-year-old Peter here though? My only question, like, why is he like that? Ideally, he would actually look more like that chipmunk guy.
What are you doing?
The big criticism about Kingpin is that he's not very deep. I think he's super deep. I think he's got a lot to him. He's not the focus of this movie. So you make a simple villain with solid, strong motivations, but stuff that doesn't need a ton of explaining. Stuff that doesn't need a ton of time dedicated to it, because you already have to explain a lot. I love this movie, man. I can't keep saying that, but man, I fucking love this movie. It's really, in terms of the best one, it really is a toss-up between this and Spider-Man 2. They never released this song, and that makes me mad. I hate when movies make a soundtrack, and they make original songs for the soundtrack, and then they don't release it. Oh, Tombstone's so cool. Tombstone is so good. See, that wasn't there in the Spanish version. So I had no idea what he was saying. I was like, I want to know what he's saying, okay? Dude, I fucking... Oh, and here we go. But, fuck, this movie's so good. Oh, good. Oh, oh god, here we go. Here it is. I'm not gonna talk over it. I'm just gonna... I can't talk over this.
Like, what's up, danger? Can't stop me now.
Oh! Yeah! Oh, I fucking love this fucking movie! I fucking love this movie! Oh my god, I love this fucking movie. Oh my god, easily the best fucking scene there's ever been in a Spider-Man movie. Easily the best scene there's ever been in a fucking superhero movie. Easily the best scene there's ever been in an animated. I fucking love this fucking movie and I love this scene. Oh my god, I love it! Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Okay. I'm cool now. Whew. I'm not cool. I love this fucking movie, man. And this is such good motivation for him to, you know, to do stuff like this. Like, and that's such a big thing about Spider-Man, of like having to cope with loss and stuff. And so, because yeah, Gwen would want to do something like this, obviously, or Peter might, or you know, Miles would with his uncle. I don't know. What a nice cop. What a nice man. Go, just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Nice to see you again, Peter.
I love her.
Goodbye, Peter Parker.
Oh, here we go. Yeah! Yeah! Come on! Yeah! Yeah! Oh god, and she's like like fucking, oh my god! I love this fucking movie, man. I love this movie. I love this movie. You heard it here first, folks. Here's a hot take. This movie's great. But yeah, okay, so in terms of as the best Spider-Man movie or not, that's all up to opinion, obviously. It's more so up to what you're in the mood for. If you're in the mood for something crazy and fun and hilarious, but also has that weight and also has that depth, and, you know, but willing to be silly and willing to, you know, put on and laugh at the jokes, then yeah, this will probably be your favorite. You know, or maybe Homecoming or the MCU ones are, because they're more funny and more fun-based. And these are more Spider-Man movies. Yeah, I see it. This movie represents this. It gets Spider-Man so perfectly, like the concept of him and what he represents and what he means to people. But then, if you look at the Raimi movies and specifically Spider-Man 2, that's all about Peter. That's a Peter Parker movie, and so it's really all up to: do you want to see, you know, something a little bit more dramatic, something a little bit more serious? Like really sit down at a movie experience and sit and pay attention to it and appreciate the drama and the more character-based stuff, then yeah, Spider-Man 2 would be what you're looking for. I think they're equal. I really think they're equal movies. It just comes down to like what you prefer. But that's just, I mean, that's just an opinion, you know. You could think that Homecoming is the best one. Or, you know, you could think that the Amazing movies are the best. Or you could think that Far From Home is the best. There's so many fucking Spider-Man movies. Who cares what the best one is? What really matters is what the character means to people and what the character represents. And like, obviously you can criticize and critique as much as you want, you know, and you could like everything if you want. But like, when it comes to discussion, there's nothing wrong with preferring one movie or the other. It's just preference, you know. The character's been around for so fucking long. Of course people are going to have different views and different preferences when it comes to what they like out of the character. Thank you so much for watching this highlight reel for my Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse commentary. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I've got more commentary videos coming. In the meantime, I also make video essays and all sorts of trash. If you wanted to check out the full commentary track, there will be a link down in the description for that. If you're interested in supporting my channel, be sure to check out my Patreon. And with that, this has been TroyBoy17, and I'll see you around.